Recording has begun.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My name is Shazad Hussain and I live at 20 Primary Way in Undercliff, Bradford. And today it's been 100 days that my brother Talib has been abducted from us. 100 days that I've last seen my brother, and I'm, obviously getting slightly losing my patience right now because of the fraud and the corruption and the deception. So first of all, let me just calm down. Today is Thursday, the 16th of November 2023, and the time is around about 8 p.m. I think this is one of my latest recordings today because usually I try to get some sunlight in. Today is so dark, but the reason that I'm having a late session today is because I was in court today on a different matter that's taken up most of my day, and then subsequently it's just thrown me off whack a little, and so that's hence why it's a late recording today. But irrespective, I mean, it's been a very constructive day for me personally. As you know, yesterday and the days before, I was telling you I was in my life I was in danger, and that danger derived from the malfeasance and the corruption of the courts, who were effectively setting me up, who had previously set me up on the 17th of October. So I was expected to go to court, and something bad was going to happen. All the pieces were in place for corruption, the deception to take place. I was basically going to go into court, and everything was going to be whitewashed. I was going to be denied all my applications, and everything was going to go to the claimant's way. The claimant being Manningham Housing Association, but they're not the real claimants. The real claimants being Bradford Council, who are only fronting Manningham Housing to pursue this claim because of their benefit and agenda, and then at the same time going to the courts and tribunal services, manipulating them, and also buying off the judges to railroad something through. So as you know, on the 17th of October, 2 hours before the hearing started at 2 p.m., I put in an application saying I wanted to record the hearing. And as a consequence of that, I believe the judge adjourned the hearing. And then subsequently, they've been thinking, I put in a further application saying, look, these are the justifications. It's an open court, it's on the county court, there is no transparency order in place, it's not in the court of protection, it's not in the family court, so there's no reasonable justification of why recording should not be permitted. And so rather than deal with that issue on paper, Judge Mitchell got involved and looked and said, oh, well, what we'll do is we'll list it for an attended hearing on the 21st of November. That way we'll get him into court, we'll deny him the right to record, and then we'll just slam something through. So that's why there was, and I've been desperately trying to get that hearing on the 21st adjourned. I put in an appeal application. I said, look, I put in an appeal application to Circuit Judge Gosnell, who's clearly on the take, and he himself had previous appeal applications not being dealt with because he himself wanted to wait until the 17th and then slam me as well. So it was going to be a slam dunk from all corners. The district judges were going to slam me in the main case. District Judge Gosnell was going to slam me in the appeal case. End of story. Case closed. With I can't go anywhere further. However, the hearing on the 17th did not proceed, and then the Judge Grosnell, without failing, then on the 19th, after the hearing failed to proceed, he delayed until the 19th, and then eventually just slammed my appeal applications, one of which was even abandoned. So I don't even understand what he's done there. I then put in a further appeal application regarding the hearing of the 19th, which I did attend, which was clearly another fraudulent undertaking, listed for 1 hour when it should have been 1.5 hours. All my applications got disregarded. Anyway, towards the end of October, I've put in a further appeal application. Soon as that appeal application has gone in place, sneakily, Mr. District Judge Mitchell has also listed the next hearing the very following day for the 21st to be an attended hearing, and this time not for 1 hour, but for 3 hours. And they also refused to deal with my application to record the hearings. So basically, yes, everything was in place once again on the 21st of November. Today's the 16th, so next Tuesday, I was going to get royally done over, should I say. Yes, and that's why I sensed some danger. And everything was being lined up and put in place Judge Grosnell has been bought off. He's refusing to stay the proceedings. District Judge Mitchell and District Judge Wilcox are all there with their knives hanging out to attack me and stuff. Then today, out of the blue, I got a witness statement from Jonathan Smith of DWF Solicitors, the Solicitors for Manningham Housing, and he's basically whining and complaining like a pusillanimous little coward that he is to the court, saying, "Oh, look, Mr. Hussain has been recording me without my permission. It's not right." Jonathan Smith already complained to YouTube that I've been recording him and publicising it, and now he's whining to his compatriots at the Court of Protection. In the county court, stating that Mr. Hussein's behaviour is despicable. Mr. Hussein's behaviour is unacceptable. Mr. Hussain, this, Mr. Hussain that. Blame. Mr. Hussain is doing something. Mr. Hussain is not doing something. Mr. Hussain. This is all they can ever do. Blame upon me. So look at themselves. They're a bunch of incompetent little morons that can't do the job properly. That are obviously having to fraud and do corruption, and then they're blaming me. Mr. Hussain is doing this. Well, okay, fair enough. Okay, so this is what he's put in place today. I read his witness statement, and he's refusing to speak to me now, so I'm then forced to give him a voice message, record it and publicise it, and that's what he's now complaining about, like a little child, like a impudent little child complaining about that, not even knowing what the laws are regarding my right to record him as a public official, all right, a public notary. So he's a solicitor. He's actually a company owner. He owns DWF. He's one of the managing directors there, or the owners, the proprietors, and he doesn't even know the law because these people are lazy. They don't need to do the law. They don't need to do their homework. What they need to do is just there's all one big party in it. The judges, the solicitors, the barristers, they all go on golfing holidays together and they talk about the cases, and then it's all just pathetic corruption, isn't it? So anyway, today he's put in the statement of where I've been saying I'm recording you and publicising it. So he's now complaining to the court, saying, look, do something about this guy. Basically reprimand him for recording me as a solicitor. Well, not even recording me, recording the voice message that Mr. Hussain is leaving for me, and then he's publicising on YouTube and whining like a little child, and then he's then forwarded on all my emails to the courts. And a part of those emails, at the bottom of one of those emails, it clearly states, from Mr. S. Hussain, regards Mr. S. Hussain, open brackets, citizen journalist, close brackets. Now, when the courts, no doubt, have read this witness statement by the Jonathan Smith of WWF, no doubt their anal sphincters have tightened up once again. Because the reality is that I do have a right as a citizen journalist, as a member of the public, to go into a public forum, such as a courtroom, which is a public space, is meant to be open justice, and record them. I've provided them with a legal basis to do so. And now as a citizen journalist, they know the fact that they can't deny me this. What they were expecting me to do was to come to court where they can't deny me this. Anyway, irrespective, I think both District Judge Mitchell and District Judge Wilcox's anuses are now tightening up and throbbing because they don't know what to deal with the situation, because they must know by now that I'm going public. I've sacrificed my privacy, or have had my privacy and my brother's privacy stolen away from us. So I'm going to obviously publicise these things, and if they're happy to do what they're supposed to be doing, then they don't have an issue. So what's happened today is that I've got a notice from the court of Bradford County Court at this last minute that we're going to adjourn the hearing on the 21st. District Judge Wilcox is no longer available. I wonder why. All right, I've just received a witness statement from the DWF solicitors where he's effectively blown the whistle or let the cat out the bag that Mr. Hussain is not only recording me and he's publicising it, and we fear that if he comes to court, he's going to record you guys, and he's also going to publicise it. But the question is that why do you have a right to privacy? I don't have a right to privacy anymore. My brother Talib does not have a right to privacy anymore. You've got the police to come and arrest me, and then the police are telling you about my bail conditions. Don't be stupid. Don't be ignorant. You people need to keep yourselves in check. So that's what's happened. That's the big news. 21st of November, when I was supposed to go to court, when I was supposed to be basically hung to dry. Then now they've removed, and that is a breath of fresh air, a breath of relief now, because yeah, they're just basically incompetent. They haven't even managed right now, after 100 days of kidnapping my brother, they've not even managed to forcibly get a capacity assessment carried out. That's still willy-nilly, they don't know where it is. I'm now having to find out about my brother's welfare through the Manningham Housing, the claimant's solicitor, about any updates, because the council won't update me, the social workers won't update me about my brother's welfare. So I'm now having to go to the court and listen to the witness statements by the solicitor to get an update about my brother. How absolutely horrendous and horrific is this, that I'm having to I'm having to find out about my brother through the claimant's solicitor, when my brother was the defendant and me and my brother were the defendants. They basically kidnapped him and holding him hostage, and now as a result, we're putting into this situation where I have to go to them. How degrading and humiliating is this? Anyway, so it's been a very, very interesting day today. I have been busy in court proceedings in a different matter. The court, in my own case, have adjourned the 21st because they don't know what to do now. That's the reality of it. What they're going to do, all right? They were going to commit an act of fraud and deception in a private court, and then they've already bought off the judge, Circuit Judge Grosnell, as the appeal judge, to basically deny any progress. Just say without merit, all right? Close down the case and just commit an act of fraud. And now when they realize that this is not such an open and shut case, they've had to adjourn the hearing. So I'm happy with what's happened today. At least it gives me a bit more breathing time. But once again, we're in a situation where I have no idea where my brother is. And we're 100 days later. As you can hear from me today, I'm quite animated. I'm quite vexated now. I'm getting very angry. 100 days later, and I have no idea where my brother is. I don't know if he's alive or he's dead. When my brother does not speak English, he's obviously I'm his carer and guardian and protector, and they've removed me so they can kill him off and torture and murder him and hold him hostage. Obviously it's very reprehensible and disgusting and objectionable, and all the negative pejoratives that you put in place there is truly sickening, the way that they're treating me. And this is all purely down to racism and Islamophobia, and because of their own corruptions and degradations. I think I should just leave it there. I'm just obviously I'm very agitated because it's been 100 days and nobody's giving me any answers, and this is done by design. They're trying to just sit back and act dumb. This is an omission that they're failing to provide me with information, expecting me then to react, and then they'll get me on the reaction, you see. That's the whole point. I do something now, they're aggressive or criminal and stuff, and they'll say, oh no, you did this, when they're really setting me up. I know how these villainous, evil people work. Anyway, I think we should just leave it there. Allah Hafiz. I'm not suicidal. I won't kill myself. And the reason, if anything bad happens to me, is all down to the local authority, who are villainous and criminal. They've kidnapped my brother. I live in danger of my life. Hence why I'm having to give up my privacy. Tell everybody, look, here I am. My name is Shahzad Hussain. I live at 20 Primary Way. Any harm comes to me is as a result of Bradford Council and their associates and affiliates that are targeting and victimizing me as I'm looking to expose fraud and corruption on them. Allah Hafiz. That should end it there.